President William Ruto has once again reviewed the Kenya Revenue Authority target upwards from 3 trillion shillings to 4 trillion shillings.
Well, during a Sunday service at the Faith Evangelical Ministry in Nairobi, Ruto said the country's debt crisis had pushed its administration to the edge, and there was need to collect more to bridge the gap since the coffers were currently being depleted by debt repayment. He further thanked the church for the fervent prayers, which he said had helped the country navigate the high political temperatures experienced during the August polls. Chemutai Goin reports.
Amen. As the Kenya Kwanza administration moves to institute its economic recovery plan, the elephant in the room remains the country's debt situation that is seemingly frustrating the implementation of its ambitious campaign pledges. President William Ruto is confident the country will rise from the ashes.
Countries like ours, in the middle income category, they raise between 20 and 25% of their GDP in terms of revenue. But for us, we are at 14%. We need to move the percentage of our revenue from 14% to 25%.
The president, who in late October revised KRA collection targets from the 2.1 trillion target to 3 trillion in this financial year, adjusted the targets upward.
I have agreed with our taxmen. We must move our revenue collection from 2.1 trillion to between 4 and 5 trillion. And I am trusting God for it.
The president acknowledged that foreign debt was crowding out resources that would have been channeled to development and pushing the country further down the debt abyss.
And I am asking you to trust God with me for Kenya's revenues so that we can leave an inheritance for our children. Instead of the current situation, we run the risk of leaving debt for our children.
He at the same time expressed his gratitude to the church for putting the country before God and facilitating a peaceful transition in an election that was highly charged.
The last election was as close as the one in 2007-2008. But there was a whole world of a difference. In the last election, God gave us the grace. And now we have set a new standard as the people of Kenya that we can vote peacefully.
As the country continues to grapple with the worst drought in 40 years, worsened by the effects of climate change, he called on every Kenyan to action to aid in planting trees to boost the forest cover.
And we have purpose to grow 15 billion trees.
The president later departed the country for a one-day state visit to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where he is set to hold bilateral discussions with President Felix Tshisekedi on various issues of shared interest, including trade and investments, regional integration, and the security situation in the eastern DRC, Kenya having deployed its troops as part of the EAC agreement to restore order. After Congo, President Ruto will travel to the Republic of Korea for a 3-day official visit where he will engage his counterpart, President Yoon Suk Yeol, as he sources for new markets for Kenya's exports. Bilateral talks will center on agriculture, energy, infrastructure and health. Chemutai Goin, Citizen TV, Nairobi.